in Santa Clara. It's North versus South in the state of California, and we're underway between the Niners and Chargers. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You look at this Niner defense. They've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
And not just speed, not just their physical skills. You know what pulls it all together for this secondary? Their smarts and communication. They play really well as a unit.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Back to throw here, Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. That's complete. It's Ladd McConkey. And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
On 3rd down, it's Hampton, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. It was just 3rd down and short, but he bit off a little extra.
I would say way more than he could chew, but he chewed up all that yardage in a big way. And that, to me, that was a combination of offensive line, stacked defense, and they handled it, okay? They got the leverage, they got the blocking angles, and opened up a nice crease. And once you get past that first wave, there's room to roam.
Yeah, that's just the 3rd play from scrimmage. They wanted to avoid that 3 and out. They did. On 1st and 10, Herbert. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. 23 yards on the play. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter, because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the 49ers are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here, because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
They'll run with a 2nd-round pick from April's draft. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. They'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A gain there of 21 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll set up a throw. That's complete. Romadunze. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 37. They'll look to throw here. They'll let this go for the end zone. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. The Niners at 10-1 now on the year. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 21. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. 15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man lay it out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was a tight end. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll look to throw again. Touchdown 49ers. David Njoku with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Niners use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Matt Gay on for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Herbert going to change the play here. Now a throw here to his running back. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up 2nd down. Out of the gun, Herbert. He finds his man, complete. That's Hampton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 46. Now it's Herbert. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Herbert now. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Here's Herbert. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
McLaughlin, touchdown, Chargers. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down. Now he's stripped. He lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason when we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. The Charger drive about to get going. This offense, thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and what you have to do to combat it, try and get fresh legs in where you can, especially to skill positions. And then for the offensive line, instead of attacking, maybe slow the tempo down a little bit, let them catch their breath. Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a 1st down now, playing behind the sticks.
Herbert off of play action. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Man open, that's Jamar Chase, complete. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They snap it to Herbert. Able able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here's Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. They'll try and run for it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes the score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. Now couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Second and 10. Here's Herbert once more. Throw left side complete to Chase. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, it's Hampton. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first two quarters, they had two costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it would be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers can. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for the Niners. 69 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field-flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver or that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big, big play.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the 49ers are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and we are tied at 14. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Blitz coming, and down he goes. He'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively, not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 32-yard line. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. Up the middle they go. Hampton, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. On 2nd down now, it's Hampton. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Herbert just beat the play clock. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
They'll roll him out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Flush to his right. He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
As quarterbacks like to do, he pushed it downfield on that throw. But I think that since he was outside the pocket and there was open space, it would have been a good time for his first carry of the game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Elijah Molden. And the Chargers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Now he's loose down the left sideline. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 42 yards. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
They'll run on 1st down. Hampton. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 4 of 7. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Chargers get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back. The end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He'll let it fly for Austin. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That's to his running back, complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Herbert on first down now. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Not able to go anywhere that time. Second down. A little tough on the secondary there. In zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on him, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of zone coverage if you're worried about what's going to happen on your back end. Send someone else, drop someone else out of the line. The old zone blitz could come into play to try and get that pressure on the quarterback.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. That is caught. He's going to pick up the first down and then some. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Ladd McConkey, 29 yards. And the Chargers are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Escaping the pressure, and he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now back to throw. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be a third and about 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Out of the gun now on third down. Flush to his right. They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
It's a gain of 21 yards. And the 49er first down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in and past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback around.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Hampton. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured.
Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And this time he is in.
Yes.
Punching it in from a yard away.
And the Chargers are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this 4th quarter lead.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead is now 24.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete.